Hello, welcome to this update for the U.S. and Canada. So let's see what's happening now. We have this winter storm coming. We have a bunch of winter weather advisors all the way from New Mexico to Ohio. So winter storm warnings already from like Texas to Kentucky, and some winter weather advisors scared some parts of the Northeast as well, and West Virginia, and even some spots in the Rockies there. And so we have a bunch of cold weather advisories and freeze warnings near Florida, Georgia, and some parts of Alabama, and some winter storm watches near the Carolinas, some parts of eastern Tennessee and Georgia, and also some a snow squall warning in a spot in New Mexico there now, and some scared cold weather advisories as well. Now, Northern Oregon, a freezing fog advisory this morning, some dense fog advisories near southwestern Oregon, and some air stagnant advisories, wind warning in northern Montana, high wind watch, and high wind warning Southern California, and the red flag warning still. And please stay safe. Those fires, many of them are still active, and please stay safe. That's a catastrophic situation. Many neighborhoods were destroyed and everything, so please stay safe. And now let's see if they have any new information here. So LA and Ventura counties use extreme caution, and please stay safe. You must have already seen the images on social media. I'm sorry for everyone that lost their property, that died and everything. So please prayers for them, and those of you still there, please be careful and stay safe. Now for here. So let's see what else they have. So there's still the critical fire danger there today, and they elevated from Santa Barbara to San Diego. So be careful, and they choose just an elevator there. So stay safe. Still as some gusty winds, and in terms of severe weather, we will have the storms in the south with these systems, but not indicating any severe weather. But day one, Texas to Louisiana, and day two, the show like from Louisiana to Florida, some storms, and day three, no thunderstorms. So stay safe there. Now for like the map here, they do have this big area of freezing rain possible from Texas to Alabama for day one to day the 9th. Some general snow possible in the light from like Arizona to Wisconsin, and even some spots in New England, the Northeast. The mixed precipitation, the blues, some storms in the south there, and the critical fire. So day two shows not there freezing rain possible, some spots in central Washington, southern Montana, and to Wyoming, and especially like the system there in Arkansas to Virginia. So stay safe. Some storms in the Gulf still day two, and the heavy snow possible like in Tennessee, Arkansas, Kentucky, and southeastern Missouri, some spots southern Illinois too. And the general snow in the white possible from Texas to New Hampshire. So please stay safe. And now the northwest too, more snow scattered around, and day three shows still some snow possible in the Rockies, and some spots of heavy snow possible in Montana and Idaho, but mainly in the whites, some snow possible in those areas, and shows more like from Tennessee to Maine, some snow possible too, especially in the Appalachians. Now excessive rainfall until 12 say nothing, but they want a marginal there, the Texas and Louisiana. So stay safe there from some heavier storms that have the potential some flash flooding. day 2, still a marginal part of Louisiana, southern Mississippi and Alabama. Day 3, nothing. Day 4, nothing. Day 5, nothing still. So be aware. Now the snowfall probabilities. So let's see. Shows Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas, the high probabilities there, and New Mexico still. And tomorrow shows still like there throughout Tennessee, Kentucky, and those areas. The system continues, and some high probabilities too, like in Idaho, Washington, some parts, Central Oregon, and like into Wyoming, those areas. Day 3 shows scared, some high probabilities near Montana and Wyoming, some spots in the northern Colorado, and Idaho. So beware, even a little bit northern Utah, but not that much. Day 4 still finger to the Great Lakes, the Rockies. Day 5 the Great Lakes. Day 6 a little bit, and day 7 doesn't show anything. So the hazards here does show day 3 through 7, some hazardous cold, the south, the hazardous cold, and in the north as well, the high winds and heavy precipitation in Alaska there. So stay safe, and plus the winter storm and everything. Now, day 8 through 14 still shows some indications of slight risk of high winds, much below normal temperatures in the blue here, and but the purple, slight risk of heavy snow, of high winds, slight risk of high winds, heavy precipitation in the south, and also still slight risk of high winds near California. So gotta watch there. And now for the not this one, the winter storm severity index in the south. So it does show like Dallas, not Dallas, Texas, Louisiana, northern Louisiana, and Arkansas, especially Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas, with the systems, some areas of extreme. So be careful, especially Texas there, some spots southern Arkansas, central Arkansas, the major impacts possible with ice and snow and everything. In Tennessee, some moderate impacts as well. In more into like the Rockies and scary places, Montana, some major impacts. Now the snowfall amount is a big part of this, but not all. In the south, the snow load is part of the extreme, because those areas don't get snow normally. The ice is the risk as well. Flash freeze, not really. Blowing snow, some risk there, but especially in the Rockies. And ground blizzard, not really, just in the very high elevations, some spots. So stay safe there. Now for the key messages, they do say storm expands over the southern plains. A storm system over Texas will strengthen and spread. A winter mix of snow, sleet, and freezing rain eastward. Heavy snow and ice across the south. Significant snow, at least 4 inches likely, above 70% chance. Reports southeastern Oklahoma, eastward into the mid-south, a tenth into a quarter of an inch of ice likely from northeastern Texas to southern and Arkansas. Additional ice is also forecast parts of southeast, including Atlanta, into the Carolinas. Significant winter impacts, the dangerous travel conditions, scared power outages, and down tree branches are possible due to heavy snow or ice. Be prepared and plan ahead. So stay safe there. Now they do have the snow forecast close to 8 inches spotted too in Arkansas. There are more snow in the north, the winter headlines, and the ice close to a quarter of an inch in southern Arkansas, some ice through Texas, and even to Georgia, South Carolina. So stay safe there. Now something else. So now the models, the GFS does show the system there. It shows alright today some snow New Mexico, Texas, and you can see the ice in between there. Some freezing rain and some sleet. So it goes, and then by like tomorrow or tonight, because January 10th tomorrow, shows more snow there, the mid-south, those areas, the heavy rain, the Gulf, not indicating much severe weather, but more heavy rain there. and but be careful, some scared storms as well. Then still shows some ice. The GFS is some ice like from Mississippi and Alabama. Then this goes shows North South Carolina on the 11th and Georgia. It goes there and it exits the coast and does show some snow in the Midwest and Northeast on the 11th possible as well. And also some systems there from Canada start to bring snow on the 11th in the Rockies and the Northwest. And does show that current of flow there near the northern plains. It goes some more snow on the 12th near the Midwest and to central Canada later. And the GFS does form a crazy system on the 18th, but I don't quite trust that yet. So now the European shows the system already forming there, shows a little bit later today some ice in Texas and some snow starting in Oklahoma, and they show snow all the way to southern Kansas and New Mexico and those areas in Arkansas, and later today into tomorrow more snow, like some heavier snow. The European shows in Arkansas, in northern Mississippi, some heavier rain in the Gulf. Be careful there in Louisiana. Shows a spot or two of ice in Georgia. There's no continuous there, some in the Midwest as well, and more like through North Carolina, Virginia, and some ice in South Carolina and also North Carolina on the 11th. Then it goes there. The European shows also does snow on the Rockies on the 11th, and the northern plains in the Midwest later. And later has some weird stuff, but that's too far. So be careful those areas now. The temperatures still show much below average the south and east and central US. This goes still by the 10th shows there as an area slightly above average in the plains, but the much below average still there on the east. But then you see on the 12th that small cold wave coming down from Canada. This comes, shows very cold there on the 13th. This goes all the way to the southeast on the 15th, much below average temperatures. And then on the 20th, the European area shows a massive, absolutely massive Arctic blast, like much below average temperatures and more later. But I don't trust that yet. And these models change so much, it might not even happen. So let's focus more on the short range here. But now the GFS shows the below average temperatures there on the south and east. This goes a small pocket of above average, but still cold. Then you see that small cold wave on the 12th and 13th in the northern plains there. So that will bring some very cold temperatures to those areas. This goes down further east on the 15th, some below average much of the east and some of the Rockies too. Then that area of above average on the 16th, and the GFS also on the 19th, that another cold wave coming down from the Rockies into the mid-south in those areas on the 20th. Then it has this massive cold wave on the 22nd and further east. The European head on the west there. So we'll keep watching this, and we'll make more updates. So now the Canadian has also a similar thing, and there's more cold wave on the 13th there in the north, and shows on the 14th still very cold in the northern plains and Midwest. So be careful there on the 15th in the Rockies. Still shows those below average temperatures. On the 18th, yeah, and it doesn't go further out, but stay safe there. Now the GFS for the freezing accumulation, it does show it's starting in Texas there. It goes and like here. So by the end of the system, so until Monday, shows that stretch of freezing rain possible throughout the south there. shows some sunspots in northeastern Texas, close to 1/10 of an inch, and more areas there, especially like the GFS shows also in like Georgia, some areas close to 1/4 of an inch, and like yeah, so stay safe. And but especially northeastern Texas, those darker areas there are showing close to like close to 1/2 of an inch, but this might change. It's just one model. It might be different as well. But now the European for the snow here. So let's see. So it has the snow start in Texas there, and also some snow in the Rockies there today. So this goes there, Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas shows those darker purples, even close to 12 inches spotted too in Arkansas, close to 8, 9 inches in Texas, some areas goes there, and by the end of the system, that shows some 3, 2 inches, close to 4 inches in northern Georgia, close to like 5, 7 inches in some spots in northern Alabama. So stay safe there. The Rockies too. So this is until the 12th. Shows there is some more snow, close to 16 inches in southern Wyoming and Colorado. Some more there like in Montana, those areas. So be aware of the snow and everything. And later it's too far out, but it does show more snow later. But this is like 2 weeks out, so it's too far. But the freezing rain from the European does show some in Texas there. It's different than the GFS, than like 72 hours. Shows like some more near like South and North Carolina there, close to like some spots 1/10 of an inch, close to 1/4 of an inch, but not quite there. So yeah, it shows more there. Some in Mississippi and Alabama too. So yeah, we'll keep monitoring, but be aware those areas. Now some quick temperatures shows still the max temperatures today, some 20s and teens, the northeast, some 30s scattered throughout the plains, some low teens and even single digits, some high elevations of Colorado, some 20s and teens scattered to the Rockies. And now for tonight, so Friday, yes, so today's Thursday, tonight until Friday morning, shows colder there in the northeast, those areas, some teens and even single digits like northern New York, shows like in the Rockies, in Colorado, Wyoming, very cold, like some 20s and 30s all the way down to central Texas, northern Florida, some 30s, some 20s into Georgia, and so South Carolina, Georgia, and North Carolina. Some things in single digits, the northern plains, and those areas there. So be aware. Now let's see if we can see the Rockies. So they show all the way to like -16 Fahrenheit in some very high elevations in Colorado, some -4, some -6, some -7, some 7, -1. So stay safe there from those temperatures. So now day 2 does show here still some 20s and 30s there throughout the Midwest and Northeast, and teens in the far north, and some 20s and teens in the high elevations too, and some 30s, especially in Colorado, some 40s in the south, only some 70s down to Florida and Southern California. So be aware. Now for day 2, the show so Saturday, so Friday night to Saturday, does show some single digits in the north, especially Minnesota, and some a little bit better in Colorado, but still very cold, especially some ranges, southern Colorado, those areas. So be careful. Now for like the northeast, some teens and 20s, some 20s all the way down to northern South Carolina, some 30s down to Alabama, and shows some 20s all the way down to southern Texas, some 30s, so stay safe there. Some teens and 20s in the Rockies, so be aware. Those areas now for Saturday during the day, the max temperatures, there shows some 20s and teens in the north there, the Midwest, and some 30s and 20s in the Northeast, some 70s in Florida, and some 60s, low 70s, southern Arizona and California, some 50s in Texas, and other areas there. So beware. Now, this is Saturday night to Sunday morning. Still shows some low teens and 20s in parts of the Midwest and the Appalachians, some 20s and 30s from the plains, especially like some 30s all the way to central Texas. So stay safe there. Shows some like still very cold again. The Rockies coast -10 Fahrenheit. The highest peaks -2 like North Dakota, even to -3 on the 12th, because that cold air from Canada will be already kind of coming in. So shows some single digits the Rockies in Idaho and Wyoming, so be careful, some low teens, and be careful with wind chills and frost, especially wind chills. Those feels like temperatures, especially because, for example, if it's like 32 in northern Florida with some wind, might feel like 25 Fahrenheit or something. So stay safe, especially in the northernmost areas, North Dakota. Those areas are -2, might be like -10 or -5, depending on the wind chills. So stay safe. Now let's see if this works here, because it just decided to go slow here. So for day 4 for Sunday during the day, still shows some 20s and 30s in the north there, some single digits the northern plains still, and some teens and 20s the Rockies, and still very cold those high elevations, some teens during the day. Now for Sunday night to Monday morning, where that cold air will come in, shows all the way to -13 degrees in North Dakota, some -9, -11 in Minnesota. So be careful. Some isolated spots might be even close to -14 in North Dakota. So stay safe there. Depending on the wind chills, might be close to -20 or -15. So stay safe there. And now the Rockies, especially Wyoming, northern Utah, and Colorado, some negative digits, like some high peaks in Colorado close to -10 or even less, and in northern Utah and Wyoming some -2 Fahrenheit, -1, and even less depending on the location. To New Mexico, some low teens as well, and 20s in the south, some 30s and to single digits in Arizona, especially in the mountains, Sierra Nevada, Nevada as well. So some 20s and teens the northeast, and some 20s all the way down to Georgia. So stay safe. Now for day 5 max, so even during the day on the 13th, already shows so like 0, 5 degrees in the north, some 8 degrees, some 60s, 70s in Florida, and 60s southern Arizona, but some general 50s in the south and 40s in between, and some teens in the north and single digits, and some 30s in the northeast, and 20s and teens in the Rockies. So stay safe. Now for the morning of Tuesday the 14th, still some -12, close to -13 the north, some 2, 6, 9, 8 Fahrenheit the Midwest. So stay safe, especially northern Iowa and to Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota, and those areas. Some 20s all the way down to northern Louisiana. So be aware, and still the Rockies very, very cold there. So stay safe in those areas. The north, if you zoom in, shows all the way to -15 Fahrenheit. Some areas there. The wind chills might be even like -20. So stay safe, and it shows also all the way to -17 Fahrenheit. Some high spots in the Rockies, in Colorado. So stay safe. Now day 6, does show still some 20s and teens and single digits in the north, and some 20s and teens in the Rockies. Now for the minimal temperatures for Wednesday morning the 15th, still some single digits and negative digits in the north, and some single digits in the Midwest, into the Northeast, some low teens there, and 30s all the way down to northern Florida, still some low teens and single digits, the high Rockies, and some 20s and teens in other areas. So stay safe now, day 7. During the day on Wednesday the 15th, still some 20s and teens in the north there, some 30s, and still cold in the Rockies, so stay safe. Now, the 48-hour snowfall from the National Weather Service does show here some close to 10 inches, so 8 to 10 inches, some spots of Arkansas, some like 6 to 8 inches Oklahoma, southeastern Oklahoma, and some spots in the high elevations of Idaho and Washington, close to even 12 to 16 inches, or even more in the high peaks, so be careful. Shows central northern Texas, some 2 to 6 inches, close to 6 inches, and yeah, so be careful, but they're indicating, especially in Arkansas, some heavy snow, Oklahoma, and in Tennessee, some more, and all the way to the Midwest in the next 48 hours. So be aware. Now for rainfall, it shows heavier in the south there, the way south, like the coast of Texas, Louisiana, close to 2.5 inches or 2 inches. The like coastal Texas, they show like 2.5 inches or something. So stay safe. So heavy rain to Louisiana, to those areas. Now the freezing rain next 24 hours from the National Weather Service does show like until Friday 7 a.m. Of course, the storm will still be ongoing by that time. There'll be more in the southeast, but just the next 24 hours shows more in Arkansas, northeastern Texas, into central Texas, like 0.5 to 1/10 of an inch in some areas, but in southern Arkansas, those areas shows almost like 1/4 of an inch, or even the chance was a little bit more depending on the location. So stay safe in those areas, like 1/10 of an inch near some parts of central northern Mississippi, into Alabama. So stay safe there. Now for the winds, shows wind in the northeast, some spots there to like 50 mile per gust, 45, 40 mile per gust, some specific spots in New Hampshire, like some mountain peaks close to like 70, 60 mile per gust, Mount Washington, some specific areas, but generally breezier there in the northeast, quite breezy in the plains, some areas there too. Now for, wait. Southern California still shows those winds there. Near Los Angeles, they do have some yellows just north of it, close to 60 mile per gusts. Some other spots, like especially southernmost California, the mountains, close to 70, 75 mile per gust in the southernmost areas, and more than the mountains, but still breezier near Los Angeles. So stay safe in those fires, and please be careful. Now for like some snow from the GFS, because we saw the European there. So now for here, so until the 14th does show where's, sorry, because here in inches. So shows in Arkansas some spots to 12 inches, from the system 7 inches, 7.5 in Texas, Oklahoma. So stay safe in North Carolina, Virginia, some 3 inches, 6 inches, some spots 5 inches, more in New York, some in the northeast. Doesn't show that much on the west, but it does show some 12, 10 inches. Some areas in central northern Utah, some 2 inches, 3 inches it shows, but the European model like some 3 to almost 4 inches, especially in Montana, close to like 14 inches, 10 inches, some spots there, and I showed you before, but show like 12 inches. Now the HER shows next 1 day and 12 hours, Dutch in Dallas shows some 9 inches, shows some 10 inches some areas, another to 15 inches in Arkansas, shows some 8 inches in Tennessee, some snow into like the Midwest, Indiana, Illinois, some 2 inches, 1.5 inches, into Georgia, some 4 inches, some spots 7 inches, still central southern New Mexico, some spots in Colorado, some spots in the New England as well. But be aware that snow in the south, the icons like some 12 inches, 10 inches, inches, so stay safe there. Be careful driving, especially, and everything. Now for the European there, where is it in Canada? So the show still on the west there, British Columbia, some areas to 68 centimeters, 71 next 5 days. Some snow for like parts of eastern British Columbia too, so 34 centimeters. 40 centimeters some areas in Alberta, Saskatchewan, some central northern Saskatchewan, and more like northwestern territories shows a little bit, and more southern Yukon, central southern Yukon, maybe to northwestern territories because of that, those systems there in Alaska. So be aware. Shows also some snow. Why did I say 5 days? This 1 day and 12 hours. So yeah, just the next 1 day and 12 hours shows alright that snow British Columbia, those areas. So be aware. Just the next day or so shows that snow in those areas. In Ontario as well shows some, Yukon, and just this time frame shows more in Labrador's close to 8 centimeters, some are in Newfoundland and some areas central to western northern Nova Scotia, a little bit in New Brunswick, some flakes, and eastern Quebec. So be aware there. So this 1 day and 12 hours now to 5 days shows more in Newfoundland, some areas, nothing crazy, but increases a little bit. Shows in Labrador, 93 centimeters. It does increase in Ontario a little bit, like 17 centimeters, 15, some areas to 16 centimeters. So be aware. So 1 day and 12 hours was kind of like this, and 5 days like this. So increased a little bit southeastern, southwestern Saskatchewan, a little bit some spots in Alberta. So it was like this. So now just increased a little bit more in Alberta, and especially in northwestern British Columbia, show like 178 centimeters. Those mountains there, some specific towns there. Please be careful with avalanche danger and heavy snow squalls, the mountains, and dangerous driving conditions. So stay safe. Further to northeastern British Columbia, Yukon, more than 100 centimeters. Those areas shows more for southern Yukon as well next 5 days. Still northwestern territory, some didn't change much, but shows more like in the border with Yukon, and more than like eastern British Columbia didn't change that much, but did add up some. So stay safe there. Now like the GFS shows a similar things, some more in the Great Lakes in Ontario, kind of Quebec scared. Shows there southeastern Labrador a little bit heavier, northern Newfoundland, so be aware. This trail of snow through like northwestern territories down through Saskatchewan in Alberta shows some near the Hudson Bay in Nunavut as well, like northern Manitoba, some spots southern Manitoba. So stay safe. It doesn't have as much as the European, those mountains, but it does have like 129 centimeters, 123, 136. So even southern British Columbia, those does have like 142, 163. So stay safe there. Those season does show like 3.9 in Vancouver. The GFS, the icon does have a similar thing. The corridor of snow there, like northwestern territories to Saskatchewan, northern Alberta, shows there in eastern British Columbia, those mountains, southern Yukon, those areas there. So stay safe. Right now shows the season affecting southern Alaska, British Columbia, that snow and some heavy rain and wind. So this goes there, spreads out more snow throughout the Yukon. Meanwhile, that snow for like Nunavut down to Ontario, and in Labrador and Newfoundland at the same time. So this goes, and like the system from Alaska throws more snow into Alberta, northwestern territories. Already by tomorrow, Friday, shows still some in Quebec and Atlantic Canada, and shows like more rain, snow through southwestern and eastern British Columbia. So stay safe there, and shows more like into Saskatchewan on the 10th, the 11th, and this starts coming down to the southern Rockies there. So stay safe. The 11th still shows some snow like the southern prairies, and the 12, like still some near the east coast, and in Alaska still. So show like in western Alaska, more snow on the 11th, another system to southern Alaska. On the 12th, just keeps coming, more snow to southern and western Alaska. On Monday, the 13th, more to British Columbia, Yukon, and southernmost Alaska, and some snow flurries to the Great Lakes and Nunavut and some areas. So be aware those areas there. Now for the European shows a similar thing there. So Thursday, the 9th, into Friday, the system on the west there. It does show like the European has a little bit of freezing rain in Alberta and northeastern British Columbia, some spots in British Columbia, and even Newfoundland has a little bit of freezing rain tonight into Friday. So this goes there. The internet just went absolutely slow again. Not, not sure if you come back any given moment, but let's see. So be aware those pockets of mixed ice and the snow, and let's see if it comes back now. If not, we'll continue later. But meanwhile, let's see these warnings because they're still working. So some fog advisory, some parts of British Columbia this morning, northwestern territories in a town there, winter storm watch. So you just you click there, but if you click on winter storm, you see some information here. I don't think it will work because of the internet, but Nova Scotia is a snowfall warning there now. Into Quebec, snowfall, wind warning, some parts north and eastern Quebec, and like some winter weather advisories, some spots there, more snowfall warnings there, and it just disappeared. Here, so shows there's no warnings there, and so check this link on the description and click on your location here, because it'll be hard to do it now with this slow Wi-Fi. So beware, Yukon, is the warning Dempster now, so stay safe and check the links in the description to see more warnings. So let's see if this works. I don't think so. I think I'll wait a little bit for the Wi-Fi to come back. So let's see if it works now. So it goes there, shows some spots in Labrador, some spots of freezing rain as well by Friday, and not in Saskatchewan, that's snow there. Friday into Saturday, it goes and like dives down to the northern U.S. More snow there. The 12 shows, and then this goes and shows more assistance around the northwestern territory, some snow and freezing rain to British Columbia too on the 14th and 15th, and more stuff later. So be aware those areas, and we'll keep monitoring, making more updates. So now the temperatures, Canada still very cold. Some areas in Nunavut close to minus 38 degrees, some minus 30, some areas some minus 28. So be aware there. Shows like some minus 23, some spots in Quebec, southern Ontario and Quebec, some minus 7, some minus 2. This like this afternoon or something, but be aware, some minus 22. But tonight to tomorrow, the show northern Manitoba, some minus 28, some spots to minus 30, some minus 39. So stay safe, those cold temperatures there. And Quebec as well, some minus 25, some spots. Ottawa, some minus 13, some minus 9. Toronto, some minus 8, some spots, southern Quebec. So be aware, more to like northwestern territories and Yukon, some minus 6 to minus 20. So yeah, stay safe. Now for Friday afternoon, you can see this purple here, this massive cold air diving down. So still northwestern territories, Nunavut, some minus 37, all the to minus 33 in northwestern Ontario, some minus 30s in and northern Manitoba, some spots in Ontario to -5, some -11 in the afternoon, and a little spot a little bit less cold in central Alberta, but cold in the mountains of British Columbia too. So the 11th, this goes there. On Sunday morning, the 12th, the dust show again like some -33 Saskatchewan, some -29 Alberta, some -34 in northern Ontario, some -38 even in Nunavut, northwestern territory. So stay safe, especially the wind chills in that, because minus 33 degrees, some wind chills might go to -4, is so very cold. Please be careful. Now Sunday to Monday still shows some -32 in Ontario, some spots to -28 Saskatchewan, some -30 Manitoba, some spots southern British Columbia, and Alberta is -18, so there's a -10, 1 degree in Vancouver, some other areas there. So stay safe. Shows northern Labrador and Quebec's close to -20 as well, and it's -9 southern Quebec. Some spots in Yukon, Northwest Territories, a little bit less cold eventually, but some other spots colder. So beware. So Monday into Tuesday the 14th in the morning, does show some -30, some -31 on Ontario, Manitoba, and down to the U.S. those -13 to -15 Fahrenheit. So stay safe, and depending on the model, might show even colder there. And shows like Labrador and Quebec cold too, but especially those spots central Canada. Be careful. There's still Nunavut very cold, but not as cold as now. Then this goes Wednesday the 15th, spreads more to Ontario, some -26, -27, some spots to -25, some -23. So stay safe. Now more cold to northern Yukon, starting again on the 15th. Northwestern Territories cold, but nothing extreme. And then this goes there on the 16th, shows more cold air to northern Nunavut and Yukon. This goes the 17th, shows the cold air in Nunavut spreading a little bit further south, some cold air in Yukon there. Then the 18th, the European has that crazy idea on the 20th, the cold blast, but that does show both the cold air for Yukon and from Nunavut combine and come south there to generate a crazy cold blast. So this will be the morning of January 20th, shows an enormous cold blast much western Canada, all the way to -41 degrees in Alberta, in British Columbia, so -28, so -29. So this is still far out, and some others like the GFS keep this concentrated in Nunavut, down to Ontario and northwestern Canada, and some, yeah, so this might go either way, but just be aware, even if it goes the way of the GFS, like -45 degrees in Nunavut. So yeah, we'll keep monitoring this and stay safe. Now some wingers, those systems there. So first here in miles power does show in Texas, because of the low pressure forming there's some 50 mile per hour wind gusts like into Friday morning. Some spots in New Mexico, gustier too in Arizona, but right now there still shows those high gusts just north of Los Angeles this afternoon, so 48 mile per hour, some 46. The HER still shows, because the Europeans are global model, but the high resolution model still shows like some 70 mile per hour gusts, some spots just north of Los Angeles. It does show some areas to 52 mile per hour gusts, 1,000 Oaks, so 44, 43 mile per hour gusts, just north of Burbank, so some 61 mile per hour gusts, some spots. So stay safe in those areas, the fires, and the Sierra Nevada too shows some very high gusts in the mountains, southern Utah and Arizona to northern New Mexico, around tonight, shows in this afternoon some very high gust. Then tonight to tomorrow shows some spots of high gust into Texas and New Mexico, some specific spots in Arizona too, and like to southernmost California. So stay safe there. Now Friday, this goes, the herb shows us some spots in Alabama, the system, the Florida Panhandle, and there. So this goes, and eventually the Appalachians late on Friday, and northern Georgia. So be aware, the European by that time has more Wyoming, northern Montana, some high gusts too, and this goes there Friday. Some rougher surf on the East Coast and some breezier conditions, especially in the Appalachians and Bermuda we talked about yesterday. So stay safe. Saturday to Sunday, that enormous cyclone goes away in the ocean there. And Monday still shows some spots, possibly some high gusts in the Appalachians near the Great Lakes, and like into southeastern Wyoming, some spots in South Dakota. So stay safe there. Now still shows just north of Los Angeles by Tuesday the 14th, slightly higher gusts, nothing that crazy but slightly higher. And then this goes, and then shows the 15th a little bit less, but still breezier, some spots to the southwest, and yeah, the East Coast a little bit. And yeah, so stay safe. And late on the 18th, I show some other systems throughout the Rockies, the Northern Plains, and the Great Lakes, but that's kind of too far. So stay safe in those areas. Before we put Kilometers Power, let's see those systems in Alaska. So the show those higher gusts there, southern Alaska, those areas. Now, especially now, the southern coast there. So this goes diminishes before the next one comes. So shows there on the 11th that the starting on the peninsula there, southwestern Alaska, so some very high gusts, close to like even 62 mile per hour gusts. So stay safe in those areas. Some spots central Alaska, some mountains there. This goes shows some very high gusts. Much of central Alaska, southern Alaska, and the mountains. So stay safe those mountains, and Anchorage is kind of shielded by the mountains, but be careful in the other areas. And further north, so like some 75 mile per hour gusts, some 69. So stay safe there. And now for like, so Saturday into Sunday shows another round of strong winds, much of southern Alaska, and even increases to 39 mile per hour in Anchorage. Shows some spots even 90 miles per hour in the mountains. This is the European, might exaggerate, but I generally trust this a lot. So some other mountains, some high gusts, so stay safe in those areas. Sunday shows more than to Monday, the 13th, southwestern Alaska, more spots there. So this goes, even some spots central to northern Alaska later on Monday, the 13th. So beware those areas, and more stuff later. So stay safe. Now for like Western Canada, alright, feeling some winds, some mountains in northeastern British Columbia. So Thursday, today this goes, shows some wind spreading some areas there of central northern British Columbia, some areas there, especially on the coast there because of the cold front. So beware, show some into like Nunavut, some spots of Saskatchewan, slightly breezier. Then this goes, shows like in Alberta, those areas, some higher gusts, some spots southern Alberta too, and like from the mountains in eastern British Columbia. This goes, and like some spots north central, northwestern territory, so be aware there. And like Friday, this goes into Saturday, starts on Saturday, those crazy gusts that the mountains of southwestern Yukon. So stay safe. Into Sunday, spreads a little bit more for central northern Yukon, some spots northwestern territories, and especially those high mountains close to 113 kilometers per gust. This goes and like shows on the 12th more gusts throughout Yukon, especially in the mountains. Stay safe. Some areas there 54 kilometers per gust. In the highest peaks, all the 133, I don't think anybody is there, but if you are exploring, please be careful. And shows more like southern Yukon, northeastern British Columbia, Sunday. This goes and the European shows this spreads out more for central Yukon, some high gusts into northwestern territories, still southern Yukon, many spots of high gusts into northeastern British Columbia. So stay safe there, like central northern British Columbia, some spots too. This goes shows later on the 13th, some high gusts near western northwestern territories, some spots of Yukon. So it goes there, and like it shows northern Yukon to northern northwestern territories, some high gusts on the 14th, and maybe some more stuff on the Pacific on the 15th, some more high gusts to southern Alaska, British Columbia, especially like southern Yukon and the mountains in eastern British Columbia. So stay safe. This goes there. Even the 16th shows more stuff there, and later. So stay safe. So now Thursday the 9th shows those high winds in Labrador, some areas there, and breezy in Quebec. So this goes and shows later today some spots in northernmost Newfoundland and Labrador, some very high gusts to like 108 kilometers per gusts. So stay safe because of that cyclone rotating there. Spinning. So stay safe. Now into Friday still some high gusts tonight into Friday into Nova Scotia. So this goes there and comes down a little bit later, but still the Great Lakes breezier sometimes and potentially more on the 16th into Atlantic Canada there. So yeah, so stay safe, and this is just one model. Be aware that this information still might change, but the GFS has a similar thing there. So the winds into Alaska, Western Canada, that does have some of the 14th northwestern territories to Alberta, that dives down all the way to the U.S. And the 16th, the 18th, the GFS only on the 18th, so more stuff in Atlantic Canada. So stay safe in those areas there. Now the snowfall totals here in inches for southern Alaska, those areas. It does show like until the 14th, more than 92 inches, some spots the mountains 98, 97, some 12 inches in Anchorage, some 66 inches, some more snow parts southern Alaska, into western Alaska there, beyond central western Alaska, some 25 inches, some 1 inch, 5, 10 inches. So stay safe those areas. Might be some rain as well in the islands, and especially the wave action, those big systems, some very high waves, so stay safe.